Good morning, dear students. Today we'll start new chapter of moral science. Being humble is a great quality. Humble means a person who possesses many qualities such as intelligent, richest, brightest, strongest, compassionate. They have modest behavior and they do not show any proud of these qualities. Such person is known as humble. In this chapter, stories of some great men is given. They possess many qualities, but they did not show any proud in their life. How they are humble in their life. First story is Albert Einstein, who lived a simple life. The greatest scientist of all times, Einstein did not own a home and a car. He lived in the house provided by Princeton University, where he taught and did his research. He had 12 grey colored identical suits because he did not want to waste his time every day on selecting which one to wear. He had no airs about himself and was very approachable. He was ready to collaborate his scientists who were much lower than him in stature. Once a small child from the neighborhood came to him and asked for his help to solve a math problem, and he treated her with utmost courtesy. Although his life he remained simple and grounded. The people who earn some money and try to show off and arrogant, these people are not respected by friends, relatives, and even co-workers because of this attitude. Children, let us see what is the literary meaning of being humble. Humble people are those who do not think of themselves as the best or the most intelligent, the richest, the brightest, or the strongest. Such people are gentle towards others and to a large extent very modest in their behavior. Such people never flaunt their abilities or their passions. Humble people are very compassionate. They are considerate to their subordinates and respect the sentiments and requirements of the needy. Now, in contrast, what is the opposite of being humble? The opposite of being humble is being boastful, conceited, and unduly proud, as well as arrogant. Such people always try to put other people down. They are the one who always feel that they are some way or other superior to everybody else. They always boast of their passions and riches. Today it is difficult to find people who are humble. Most people today boast about themselves. Therefore, when you see a humble person, you do hold him or her in high regard. We should always respect the humble people. Here the story of an arrogant boy is given who is very proudy in his nature. A young boy was going for a walk with his father. This boy had very little knowledge but was always showing off and teasing others. He would on many occasions be rude and arrogant even if he was wrong. While walking through the forest, they came across a tree which was full of fruit. It was heavily laden with fruit that the branches were sagging down, some of them almost touching the ground. His father pointed a finger towards the tree and said, "Look, son, this tree, which is full of fruit, is bent right to the ground as if being humble. And look at the other tree next to it, which has no fruit and is standing tall so arrogantly." The boy immediately understood what his father was trying to tell him. He realized the importance of being humble, and from that day he started behavior properly with others. The moral of the story is that people who are actually knowledgeable and powerful, like the tree full of fruit, are always humble. But those who have no knowledge are arrogant and try to show off like the arrogant straight tree. Now, second story is given here. Being humble reflect a good character. If you want to gain respect from others, you should be modest and humble. The great Chinese philosopher Confucius was an influential teacher and political figure who was respected by all. Still, he took great pains to ask for advice, even if the advice was from a child. As long as the advice was right, his students were amazed because he had so much knowledge and wisdom, but yet he was ready to take advice. Confucius explained to them that he always asked when he didn't understand. As long as you are willing to bow your head to learn from others, you can obtain wisdom anywhere. He said, among three people who pass by, there must be one person who can be my teacher. Conclusion is that wisdom and knowledge can be gained from anywhere or from any person. It may be youngest or eldest. Now, the story of a rich lad. Once Socrates, the great philosopher and thinker, was sitting with his students. One of his students, who had a very rich father, was boasting in front of his friends and classmates that his family owned a vast fertile land near Athens. Socrates maintained his composure and took a map and called the student and asked him, "Can you tell us where is Asia?" The student proudly said, "This big piece is Asia." Socrates asked, "Well, then where is Greece?" The student found it with difficulty on the map, as Greece is a very small country. Socrates asked again, "Then where is Athens?" "Oh, that is much smaller. It seems to be here." The student pointed at a small dot on the map. At last, Socrates, starting at him, said, "Now please show me where your vast fertile land is." The student was very nervous, but there was no trace of his land on the map. He understood his mistake and said, "I am sorry, I cannot find it." The moral of the story is, when whatever a person can possess is only a drop in the sea and not worthy of mentioning where compared with the world and the universe. Humility is to make a right estimate of oneself. Charles Haddon Spurgeon. Humility in great people. Dr. Kalam. Former President APJ Abdul Kalam, also known as People's President, was highly respected for his humility and generosity. When his subordinate wanted to leave early one day to take his children to a science museum, he immediately permitted him. However, the subordinate got occupied with work and couldn't leave early from office. When he reached home, he found out that Dr. Kalam himself took his children to the museum. Dr. Kalam always valued the work of others and reciprocated their efforts. He used to write his thank you cards himself. Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa was a humble woman. When given a Lincoln Continental car by Pope Paul VI in 1964, she had it auctioned off to build a leper colony in West Bengal, India. She puts other need ahead of her own. She was one of the most respected, influential, sought after, and loved women in the world. Every religion teaches humility. When you bow your head in front of God, it is a sign of humility. Since it is the greatest virtue, every religion preaches humility and kindness. A humble person can take ill fortune better than a person who is less humble. Does being humble means dropping your self-esteem? No. In fact, a humble person knows her own capabilities, abilities, and potential, but does not boast about it. When we are humble, we get respect from everyone else. We are ready to accept help. We are ready to apologize if required. We gift ourselves with the ability to learn more. Gautam Buddha said, "Buddham Sharanam Gacchami." What he meant was to take refuge in knowledge and wisdom. Children, listen the chapter carefully and understand it. Thank you. Have a nice day.